welcome and welcome back. This is Jacob and today we are going to be continuing the Let's Play for Reavers 1999. And in today's part we are going to be rounding up the rest of the notes on Shuori story, of course. And while I would love to go into the usual shtick and spiel here at the beginning about predictions and stuff like that before we head into the story section, can't really do that because, like I said last time, I've already recorded the rest of the story. And therefore, I for once already know how this is gonna end. At least the version of me right now that is recording this intro knows, but the past version of me has no idea, and I will be handing you guys off to the past version in a bit. But before we do that, I'm just gonna say, I am very happy that I decided to record this before it ran out in the recent rerun that it was in, because this week has been all over the place with my free time for these long recording sessions, so I'm quite happy that I had a bit of a chunk of free time and space, because there was some IRL stuff going on, and yeah, I'm just happy that I had a couple of extra like hours in a day where I could just take care of some stuff. is all I can say about that. But in regards to the story, for now, I can say very interesting. Quite a lot of stuff buzzing through my head afterwards, and for that purposes, you will hear about that in the outro section, essentially at the end. But yeah, very interesting story is all I can say for now. And considering that I'm recording this now after the new patch went live and everything, this is now part of the recollection menu, which means that in the next two episodes we can take care of the character story for Jiu and Getian, and I'm looking forward to those two, to see just a bit more about the characters and learn a bit more about them, because they were pretty interesting in all regards. And yeah, also, considering that the patch just went live as well, that went live quite some hours ago, the new character and banner are live, and I did have a recommendation to pull for the character that's on the current banner, so expect that as well in the outro section. I don't have right now, I don't think I have for hard pity for the character, but I do have at least for soft pity, so we'll see what happens. And I will not jinx it, I will not say anything, at least not for now. But regardless, you guys left me some very interesting comments on the previous episode, and in that regard, on the previous episode, Tanya Halian said, forgot to mention this the last time referring to the previous episode comment section, but apparently Bessmert in Russian means without death or immortal, so quite an interesting detail. Very quickly to interject, correct, I did try as well just to translate Bessmert and see what happens, and yeah, it just gives you immortality essentially, as the English direct translation to it. By the way, when I read that comment and I typed it into just translation, Google Translate, just to see what comes up. Essentially, it kind of reminded me, phonetically, I immediately heard like, oh, it just sounds pretty much like the Croatian word, which is Bessmertan, or Bessmert. Pretty much similar, very, very similarly written. It kind of depends if you're just describing the state or if you're describing a person. kind of the difference is there. But anyway, continuing, another thing to note is that her arcane skill seems to be sensing arcane fluctuations and traces very accurately, just like Vertin's. I'll have a couple of things to say at the outro about that. Anyway, another curious thing to note is that the temple mentioned by Jiu Niangzi is said to be covered by a strange fog that makes people unconscious or overexcited, just like the fog in the summoning wheel and in a parent's cave. There was also a strange fog at the beginning of the event when they were in the mountains, but only Bessmert wasn't affected by it. And finally, I think it's funny that Jiu's Undimo kind of gives away the fact that she is a Lushu. Also, if you see the atlas, she's in the mixed category, confirming she is a half Lushu, like Getian said. Oh, and yes, in the original global release of the event, everything was in English. I think we only got one or two phrases in Chinese toward the end. Glad they changed it. On that topic, I saw another comment which was very interesting, just to attach to what you just said here at the end. Someone else said about that because I was also commenting at the beginning of the previous episode about the whole English thing. Apparently, when 1.6 released in the Chinese client, it was a mix of how we have it right now, I believe, if I understood the comment correctly. It was a mix of how we have it right now between English and Chinese, as in when Bessmert casts the spell to translate what is being said, essentially. That's when we get the whole interaction between, if the two of them or one of them is present, at least we understand what the Chinese people essentially are saying, and if they're not there, they just speak Chinese. Which is very funny because, like you just said, the event, when it originally released on Global, was fully in English outside of a couple of little bits and pieces of the story, and it's very funny, like the other commenter said as well, that because of that stuff, they kind of did a reverse on the whole thing and put everything back the way it was, essentially, which is honestly for the better. Having the event this way and having these little bits and pieces for narrative purposes and also immersion purposes when you experience the story, seeing the native people of the city talk in their native tongue, and when someone, either Bessmert or Yenisei, appears close by, you can suddenly understand them and hear them clearly in English, which is such a neat little detail and helps so much with immersion as well. For the other part that you said, the fog part, it honestly didn't even... I had already some theories that I said even in the pre-recorded section that's gonna follow, but I'm also gonna repeat that in the outro in a bit. Well, I say in a bit, for me it's gonna be a bit. But the fog thing didn't really even catch my attention too much until I read your comment about the fog being very similar to the wheel one or the Aparian's Cave one, which does kind of fuel the theory that I was kind of speculating on during the actual recording of the episode. But you guys will hear me talk about that in a moment, essentially. But yeah, anyway, those were a couple of very interesting things brought up. Thank you for that comment, Tanya. And yeah, that's all I can say for now. Everything else is gonna be part of the story that you guys are gonna be experiencing in a moment. So, well, all I can say is I happily give you guys now over to the past version of me, and good luck. Right then, I believe future me just sent you back to past me to continue on with the story, so in that case... that just means you're stuck with me in the past. Anyway, let's continue with the story. Jade or stone? What distinguishes a gem from a rock? Indeed. Mineral composition? I guess. I really wonder how the story's gonna end now. Also feels very weird to record this twice in like the span of 24 hours, essentially. Only okay, let's continue. Only vagrants and outsiders wander the streets on the eve of the Dusho festival. In front of each threshold, sparking fires burn below colorful decorations laid out in the dark night, peering out at each other from across sandy gravel rows that have not yet dried from the rain. Bessmert and Yenisei continue their advance toward the Zichi in the quiet, gentle light.
This place looks so different than it does in the daytime. It's so quiet and empty.
That is an interesting choice of words for a blind person. Looks so different than it does in the daytime. I mean, of course you can describe it that way, but it's it's kind of it's kind of off sounding when it comes from someone who can't actually see.
As if it's waiting for us.
Uh-huh. Yenisei stops to cast her reflection onto a puddle of water, attempting to comfort Bessmert.
It's nighttime now. They have lit the braziers. There is cloth of different colors around them. Remember our New Year's? We put up tar barrels and made festive fires. There were also decorations on the houses.
Yes, I remember that. Perhaps people here also stay with their families at this time of year, like we do on New Year's Eve.
I mean, yeah.
A heartwarming custom.
Yeah.
Shush, quiet.
Bessmert stops to listen carefully to the sound. A moment later, a line of night patrolmen pass by from the corner ahead. They march at ease without stopping, clearly ready for their shift change and the chance to get home. It isn't until they disappear completely that the Yenisei's figure reappears in the puddle.
The guards here are more reliable than ours in the Empire. At least they don't get drunk on New Year's Eve.
Is that a jab? Is that a jab on Russians and vodka? Yes.
Madam, we are close to the Jiu.
We didn't prepare anything other than these bottles. Don't cast any skills for now. You need to rest. We don't know what's ahead of us. Hold on. I heard something.
Okay, I'm guessing she brought bottles of water with her so Yenisei can cast her skill and speak to people. Unlike the neat footsteps of the previous patrol, the distant sound they hear this time is of slower and warier footsteps. The woman and the Lushu hurriedly dart into the shadow of the nearby eaves.
Staggering footsteps, almost limping. Sounds like this person just tripped and fell. Or drunk.
I would say drunk. And I would say it's probably a certain proprietor of a certain place. Is it Jiu? Yenisei follows the sound described by Bessmert and looks around. It is!
What is she doing here?
Not far from them, Jiu Niangzi hobbles along. She takes one step, then pauses, 2 steps, then pauses, and finally stops as she prepares to turn down a narrow alley. She is so plastered. She looks completely broken down, as though she has just been in a fight, or perhaps she's just drunk. Why? They can hear her talking to herself in the darkness, her voice echoing intermittently against the silently festive street. Aww. Why no answers for me? How long do I have to wait before I...
What is she saying? I don't understand at all. Adam, what about him?
Shh.
Oh. Oh no. They cannot see whether she is crying or not, but there is a soft sobbing that comes out like a whisper. Even so, she clenches her fists as if tightly gripping something. Is this a mistake? Doubting whatever she's doing right now, or was doing so far. Amid her silent sobbing, Jiu Niangzi relaxes her hand. A long object falls from it and into a puddle on the ground.
Oh, she dropped something and left.
Did she drop her that... I don't know what it's called, that long stick with the cup at the end? For, well, getting water with?
Where did she go?
I don't know if she's going to the tavern, but she has left the port. That's for sure. We should go find out what she dropped.
Yenisei's figure disappears from the puddle. She takes 2 steps, turns around, and bites on Bessmert's hem, half dragging, half guiding her toward the corner of the alley's entrance, where the light and darkness intersect. Approaching the water, she finally lets go of Bessmert and goes around to the other side. Yenisei then lowers her head as though to drink from the puddle and deftly removes a piece of wood from it. She takes the water off the wooden slab and leans toward Bessmert's hand until her friend can grasp it.
It is A wooden chip,
Okay.
rough surface, and some carvings on it. Is this an inscribed text?
Oh, she was holding some kind of wooden chip in her hand just now in the picture.
Maybe. Please hold it. I'll check the other side. Starting from the round end, there is a person, I guess, at the top. Then there is another person holding a bowl in the middle.
Okay. I'm gonna guess from the order of pictures here, the top one maybe represents her. The middle one represents someone drinking the enchanted water or liquor, and then the third one is a horse, I mean, so, yeah.
A person holding a bowl in the middle, and then?
Then there is a striped horse at the bottom. What does it mean?
A striped horse. Getian once said that the Lushu has a red mane and the markings of a tiger.
You mean this is a Lushu? But it has no colors. Even if it is a Lushu, why was she crying?
Well, wasn't it that she wants to become one? A real one?
From my perspective, Jiu Niangzi is not a bad person. I think she did all these things for a reason. Some kind of burden only known to herself.
I don't know why she would... I'm still trying to figure out why she would transform so many people, like, why she would keep doing it. Unless it's some kind of... Either it's an experiment to finalize her, or see how she would be able to maybe maintain her form as a Lushu, or she just wants companions?
Burden.
I'm only guessing. Since we didn't catch her words clearly, there is no conclusion, madam.
That being said, the two of them fall into a shared silence. Since entering the city, the dark cloud in their uncertain future has followed them like a shadow.
Well, there's no easy answer to any question here. We should meet with Mr. Getian before making any further arrangements.
Sure.
Find the Birdman. The woman and the Lushu walk forward, at pace. Oh. The two increase their speed, arriving outside the grey walls of the Jichi courtyard before they might be discovered by another team of night patrollers. The streets in the area are built with high walls surrounding their homes on all sides, so that people walking by can see nothing but stacked bricks.
Stop here. I hear...
Birds? It is at this moment that Getian flies over the Jichi courtyard's walls. Did he escape? His wings flutter lighter than the... Lighter? Okay. His wings flutter lighter than the previous few times, and he has no intention of stopping until he notices the figure at the foot of the wall.
Mr. Getian?
Or perhaps he had no intention of staying until he heard Bessmert's voice.
It's you.
Getian perches on a tree by the roadside, tightly clutching branches bearing leaves that have only just begun to wither. The tree's shadow sways, but he goes silent, only stopping as he recognizes the two figures below. The ground nearby is flat and long dried. Without a puddle, Yenisei can only grab hold of Bessmert's hem and tug on it lightly to confirm her guess. Bessmert, though, quickly understands. She listens to the sound and walks forward and to one side, eagerly reaching around beneath the tree.
Mr. Getian!
Why are you here?
Did they let you go? Have you seen Jiu Niangzi? She was on the street just now.
Maybe she's the one who let him go?
Whatever speculation you are making, I am leaving.
He doesn't care.
Leaving? Are you going after her?
No, I was not meant to be here in the first place. It's only natural that I should return to the mountain.
Return? But we're not done with Jiu Niangzi yet. Yenisei and the others are still in the shape of Lushu. She was turned into a Lushu in front of you. Are you going to just let her be?
She has told you everything.
Yes.
Yes, she did. Now you're the only one who can persuade others to go after Jiu Niangzi. We are foreigners here. People won't listen to us.
I am left with no other options. Today at the Zhici, none of us would have gotten away if I hadn't surrendered.
This is a fact that, as an observer of the entire scene, Yenisei cannot deny.
They will only see me as a greater threat if I insist on raising doubts about her. They have known her for a long time, but know nothing about me. My words have no greater effect than yours. For I'm also...
Yeah, but you're also kinda bad at explaining yourself, because you don't really interact with people, so you don't really know how to talk or with them. You can talk human speech, but at the same time, you're kinda lacking in properly explaining stuff. Also, it's just kinda hitting me, but his robe... This part right here... Is it just ornaments, or is it... It kind of reminds me of Greek stuff. Like old Greek lettering, or... Not lettering per se, but I don't know what it's called, like the symbols that will be drawn around like an object, or part of their... part of like a... I don't know... a frame of a wall or something along pillars. Kind of reminds me of that.
a foreigner here.
His voice is light, but as gloomy as the night.
Still, you're going to just give it all up before exhausting every possible way to end this?
Also very interesting to hear Bessmert being a tiny bit pissed. A wave of swaying trees shadow... Sorry, what? A wave of swaying tree shadows causes Getian to fly up on alert. He seems to have finally made up his mind to leave.
You need not break my pride. Getians and Miemengs are never meant to get involved in this.
Before our response is issued, the sound of rhythmic footsteps sounds, one after another. Whether it is the patrol or some other city personnel, it is enough to immediately alert the vigilant trio. Uh-oh. Getian, though, does not leave. His actions are seemingly not in line with his tongue.
There are people coming. You...
This guy is like, I'm leaving. I'm going to my mountain. Oh shit, you're in danger. I'm gonna help you.
I knew it.
God damn it. You're a softie. A bold and imposing voice sounds out from the spot the footsteps had been moving toward.
You two are in it together. The merchant identity was only an excuse you made up to enter the city.
Uh-oh.
Isn't that so?
Uh-oh, misunderstandings.
No, please listen to me.
The stories you told Li Jung made no sense at all. How dare you come back like you did nothing and break into the jail?
You go first.
Mr. Getian!
Bessmert intuits that she shouldn't just run away. At that moment, the only one who can help her confirm her assumptions is Getian. The one being sought for help does not make a sound. He dives from the tree, spreading his wings to cast an immense shadow over the scene. He flies between the patrol and Bessmert, turning his back to them, then spreads his wings even wider until they completely block the view of those behind him. At this moment, he truly seems like a bird of prey.
Lushus are fleet-footed creatures. Get on her back and leave. I'll join you shortly. Go!
Damn!
Don't you run! Catch them!
Well, he sounded actually a bit with energy filled in that delivery there, finally. Alright, what are we fighting? Fa Xiao, the bailiff of Pei City, in charge of upholding the law. To the common people, he is a symbol of fairness and justice. He carries only a sword in his hands, using it solely for matters of law and order. Okay, so basically the chief of police. Ethical dilemmas, righteous path, zero tolerance. Oh, nice. Oh, wait. Sly Rabbit Gao Ding, a patrolman loyal to justice and the law. The thief who picked locks and cracked chests is gone, and a patrolman more cunning than ever has emerged. Oh, that's kinda neat. Come quietly, imminent apprehension, false leeway. Oh, another unique one. Smart dog, lead duo. A patrolman loyal to justice and the law. He tries his best to deny it, but he can't help but notice that some things smell better than the meals his wife and children cook. Alright. Off guard, imminent pursuit, cold flash of steel. Okay. Holy shit, a lot of these guys are unique. Alert patrol guard. Patrolman, yeah. He tries his best to deny it, but he cannot help but notice that some things... Okay, this is the same as this guy. Okay, clever patrolman has the same thing as Gao Ding as a description. Okay.
May the flow take their souls to the sea in the north.
Huh. How funny. They all have the headbands and caps over their eyes. I wonder why. Oh, maybe because they're blind to the truth in front of them. Is that meant to be that kind of symbolism there? Like they're loyal police and guards, but they don't want to see the truth once they're kind of convinced about one thing. Maybe? I don't know. Anyway.
Perfectly understood. Prepare to be drowned. We've done a good job. Now, may I have a hand towel?
Sure. That's such a funny line. May I have a hand towel now? Thanks to Getian's cover, the two successfully run from the neighborhood and arrive at the shallow shore on the city outskirts, where Yenisei has now stopped twice before. At this moment, the night seems to have become even darker, without a single star to light the sky, and only faint moonlight trails scattered across the riverbank.
It's been quite a while. Is he?
Yenisei cannot help but think of Getian's experience at the Jichi that same morning.
Have faith in him, child. He is able to defend himself, since he managed to escape without others' help. I believe he is not aggressive. He left his wand behind when he tried to save you.
A long period of waiting. Pregnant with anxiety. Pregnant with anxiety. That is what? I've never heard it being said that way, but sure. A long period of waiting, pregnant with anxiety, is finally broken by the sound of flapping wings. Pregnant with anxiety. What? Getian crosses over them and stops along the twisted vines, folding his wings and tightly gripping the edges of the tree with his talons. The garment on his head must have split during his fight, and now fully reveals his previously covered expression, one both baffled and tense.
You're here. You seem fine. Do you still intend to leave? Or have you changed your mind?
Bessmert follows the sound of movement, turning her head toward where Getian landed.
No, I'm here for one last thing. When I was imprisoned in Zhici, I heard that Jiu Niangzi would hold a banquet at the Tavern tonight, and the Fa Cao was also invited. I'll take the opportunity and get those half-Lushus out of there.
Please wait a second, sir.
Yes?
We're not going anywhere. We must release them from the arcane skill and bring them back.
If you don't flee tonight, I'm afraid there will be no better chance for you to leave. Though her true intention is beyond my speculation, I fear the consequences of her action will be severe.
You know full well the consequences.
Certainly.
But you won't help us stop her.
That is not my problem to address. I have done my part.
Then why did you help us get rid of the soldiers and offered to help again?
Because he's a big softie. This question surprises Getian. He had never thought about it until that moment. He lifts his wings, forming a posture similar to cupping his face, sinking into contemplation. Buddy, I would say you are... you have been cooped up for so long alone up on that mountain that now that you find people that you can actually talk to and find interesting, you are naturally drawn to them. That would be my conclusion. After a moment, he conjures up an explanation.
It doesn't suggest my further involvement in this matter.
You are contradicting your own words, sir.
Yep. Getian lowers his head and looks towards the drying earth near the embankment, out across the river's calm surface.
Very well. I'll put it differently. Look at the street. It is empty tonight. There was a time when people sent lanterns down the river on New Year's Eve.
Ooh.
Even the simplest lantern would glow like the moon on the water. Those lanterns, carrying people's wishes, floated down the river. The further they went, the more wishes were granted.
The menu theme.
Some would cast arcane skills on their lanterns to keep them from getting wet. But most of the lanterns still disappeared in the depths of the mountains or at the waterfalls. I used to look down at the city from the mountaintop, watching those lanterns float down the streams and merge into a light belt in the dark.
Oh, he looks so sad. I love how Yenise is on attention, just fully listening, just ears perked up.
They were more brilliant and vibrant than the bonfires that were lit up all night in this city.
The Lushu follows Getian's gaze and looks towards the river, only to see the bare and narrowing river looking more and more like a stream in her eyes. This sad reality of the present makes it difficult to imagine the scene described in Getian's words, despite the nostalgia overflowing from his tone. Bessmert feels it too, but the safety of her companions remains a constant concern in her mind.
I'm sorry. I don't understand what you mean. Time is against us.
Now the river has dried up, and the water no longer has vitality. Rainfall is getting scarce, accelerating the dying process. What was given does not compensate for what was lost, so people no longer show up by the river and send their wishes at night.
Good God, the voice actor came very close to the mic, speaking right into it. Getian ASMR.
And I have lost my opportunity to watch the light belt. Even so, to this day, I haven't fully understood why I was impelled to leave the mountain. I once thought I couldn't bear the sight of those humans being turned into other creatures.
And now you think it's no longer worth the effort to put things back in order?
Yes. You people are no more than passengers in my life, drifting past me like those lanterns in the river.
The reality of someone who can live for who knows how long, right? Of human life is literally a speck of... is literally a flicker.
What's more, what is my purpose here if the gods of Shuori they serve don't intend to intervene?
Getian's words are so full of perplexity that they are almost painful. He poses questions like cutting meat to feed a tiger, knowing that there will be no reward after throwing them out, but still he insists. Yenise, who has been silent on one side for a long time, seems to understand his feelings, and so she continues to remain silent, only looking at the pitch-black surface of the river. The river too looks back with its own quieting babble.
The lights in the river are gone, and there will be no more in the future.
An analogy of him no longer having any companions of his own kind. Yenisei gazes at her reflection of Lushu. It isn't until Getian says there will be no more that she suddenly lifts her hooves and steps into the silent river.
What is she doing?
Is she trying to say, hey, we can be your friends? Of course, Bessmert can also hear the sound of her entering the water, but she only shakes her head. She knows what the girl is going to do the moment she arrived for her to offer her assistance.
Even shallow water could also be dangerous.
Trust her. She knows what she's doing.
Pretty. The water begins to engulf half of Yenisei's body. At the same time, her song begins.
What is this?
Colorful dots of light suddenly ignited in the narrow river in front of them, burning like intense flames along the water's surface. Then the dots of light meanders to the soft riverbank, drifting with the song, like travelers on the long river, journeying without end. The place where the light passes through now shines brighter than all the decorations in the city streets, more than many years' worth of river lanterns that had passed through the mountains.
There are river lanterns. Yes? I can't see them, but I can feel the light. Are you appreciating them with your own eyes?
I don't.
Ooh, this melody. Faced with such a scene, Getian is struck dumb. He can sense Yenisei's Arcanist origins in her bones, but he cannot even begin to imagine what is happening at this moment.
Mr. Getian, the fact is, you've seen too many people and grown attached to too many things since you left the mountain. They float in your mind, glistening like the river lanterns, and you're saddened by the idea that they will be gone one day, like the lanterns drifting away from your sight.
That is a good analogy of the thing, yep. Yep, buddy.
But have you thought that those bright, agile and hope-rising flakes of light would gleam once again? The path of destiny is not always a dead end. It's too soon to give up, Mr. Getian.
I like her a lot.
Here. It is your wand. Put it away, and please give this another thought.
Bessmert is such a great character. I've only known her for a little bit. Alright. Let's see. This is getting very interesting. Birdman. New Year's Eve. Happiness should always be the focus of a celebration, or at least it should be. Or at least it should be. Right. True. In the tavern courtyard at night, the sky is still gloomy with the promise of rain yet to fall, and mist shrouds the heads of all present. But the festive atmosphere of the banquet seems unaffected, and the damp mist is easily dispersed by the clamor and high spirits. She says nothing.
呀，新娘，今年知道在门口赢了。
Oh, Jiu, you're welcoming us at the door this year.
因为李正说过。欢迎欢迎，你们都来了。
Because Li Jing said... Oh, welcome guys, you're all here.
怎么了？瞧着魂不守舍的。
What's going on? You seem absent-minded.
给，这是竹叶花苗，想着若是你，定不要别家酿的酒。
Here's you have flower seeds. I know this is the only flour you would use to make liquor.
这儿呢还有我自己绣的结彩，量体不多，对鹿纹，好不好也寻个地方挂起来，不比去岁你送的纸马差。
And here are 2 festoons with auspicious deer patterns. Not a fancy kind, but I made the patterns myself. Put it on the wall if you want. It will look as lovely as the horse paper cutouts you gave me last year.
当然，这太贵重了，我马上去挂起来。
Oh dear, this is too much. I'll hang them up right away.
谢谢你们。
Thank you so much.
哪里的话，你这就知道站在门口迎客啦。我还想着偷偷的来，喝光酒再同你打招呼呢。
Don't worry. To be honest, I didn't see that you would be welcoming us at the door. I thought I could sneak in and empty the jars before you showed up. Alright. Most had intended to spend the festival at home, but now they gather here at the generous invitation of Jiu Niangzi, the golden colors of the courtyard displayed for all to see, punctuated by the delicacies and fine liquor on offer. Almost every corner is filled with people who scattered about like sand in the desert, with status and age set aside and all notions of formality cast to the wind.
1个、2个、3个、4个。
Oh no, she has to count. 1, 2, 3, 4.
新娘，
Jiu Niangzi.
7个、8个、9个。
7, 8, 9. Hmm?
大家都入座了。
Everyone is here.
也许还有人没到，我还没数清楚呢。
I'm not sure about that. I haven't counted them up yet.
那么，也许是法曹未到，他的妻儿早已落座，只是尚未得见他本人。
It might be Fa Cao. His family is here without him.
啊，这么晚了，他还在巡逻吗？是不是还在寻找胡人娘子他们？
Is he still patrolling this late? Is he still looking for the foreign ladies?
应当是。我们就这样让其他人等着，不大妥当。
Perhaps, but it's not polite to keep other guests waiting.
这样，那我们先开始吧，我会给他留酒的。
I see. Then let's start the party first. I'll save him his liquor.
好，诸位，
All right, everyone.
主人家有祝酒词要唱，烦请听过。
The hostess has a toast to make. Please pay attention.
感谢你。
Thank you. Jiu Niangzi stands up above the crowd, hoping that everyone can see her. Although her mind begins blank, some heartfelt words bubble up, brought to the fore by the encouraging gazes below.
大家都知道，我不识字，也说不出来什么子丑寅卯。
Everyone here knows that I can't read and can't say some sweet words like toasting.
随便说点吧。
Just say whatever you want.
死相，别打断人家。
Don't interrupt her, you imbecile. Oh,
好，我刚才说到哪里了？
oh, all right. Well, where was I?
啊，祝酒词。
A toast.
对，祝酒词。哎呀，我哪会自己写呀？所以只好从致辞的书上看了一句，我觉得很好听，是叫
Right, a toast. But I can't do it myself, so I copied a line from the book at the place where I work now. I like how it sounds. If you can't read, did someone tell you what it says?
劝君今须知，满酌不虚辞。
I bid thee all to drink and be merry. Do not stay thy hand from thy cup.
希望我没有念错。劝君今须知，满酌不虚辞，是说劝大家喝酒，有更多的酒喝，不许推辞。
Hope I didn't pronounce it wrong. It means people should drink and drink more, so you shouldn't say no to it.
真是这个意思吗？
Is it so?
哎，不管啦，总之
Well, whatever. Anyhow. Without waiting for everyone present to react, she looks up and drinks her bowl dry in a single gulp. Her bowl is now slightly tilted, indicating that it has been emptied. Jiu Niangzi's gaze glides over each face, one by one, and finally she laughs with glee.
满桌不辞，再卷白波，会饮千岁。
Aww. Bottoms up and fill your cups. Cheers! Soon the cry of cheers begins to echo through the courtyard, one after another rising wave by wave, until even the festoons on the eaves are shaking.
打从我入城起，乡邻们待我就很好，很亲切。
You've
除
always,
夜设宴是我能为大家做的为数不多的好事情。
you've always been nice and warm to me since I came here. I can't do anything in return but host this feast.
愿大家畅饮美酒，除夜平安，朔日心想事成。
Hope you enjoy the liquor and the dinner. I wish you a peaceful New Year's Eve. May all of your wishes come true in the coming Shuori.
吕正，您要不要再说些什么？
Young, do you have anything else to say?
我这老人家今日只需说一句“除夜平安”就够了。
A peaceful New Year's Eve would be enough.
除夜平安，
除夜平安。
除夜平安。
Alright. Li Jing sits among them, like a kindly old man from the neighborhood, rather than an imposing governor. The crowd loosens up once again shortly after he finishes speaking. The sound of clinking cups and tapping chopsticks continues to rise and fall.
锦娘，这说的不是挺好吗？看来把人家写给你的情诗粘在墙上，朝夕相对，还是有些耳濡目染的用处。
You did a good job with the toasts, Jiu Niangzi. Looks like you've learned something from those love poems. You must have read them unconsciously after you stuck them on the wall.
瞧你说的，我们京市早就不兴贴诗在墙上了。
Oh, please, that custom is no longer popular in our neighborhood.
不如说，现今都学曲娘把诗绞成帕子做包，但凡带着出门，人人都羡慕好奇呢。
I'd rather transfer the poem onto a kerchief and make a purse out of it, just like Jiu Niangzi did. It draws so much attention in the street.
其实他们写的东西我还是看不懂，但字都是很好看的。
That is like that is the epitome of a person not speaking Japanese or Chinese picking a shirt that has Japanese or Chinese characters on because the characters look pretty, and who the hell knows what they say. Actually, I still can't read what they write on the purse, but the characters seem beautiful.
那今天这几句说的这么流利，谁教你的呀？
What about the one you recited during the toast? You sounded really fluent. Who thought that to you?
是前任池里教的，就是回乡去的那位池里，他教给我的。
Ah. Oh, that's from the former Jili, the one who went back to her hometown. She taught me that.
说到这儿，他还回来吗？
Speaking of her, is she going to come back?
我不知道呀，不过他这会儿应该也已经在家乡吃上除夜饭了吧？
I didn't know any better, but by now she should be at home having New Year's Eve dinner.
曲娘得了他的信，这若是不回来了，你真做执礼，那酒坊要怎么办？
Did you hear from her? If she doesn't come back, you'll have to work as the official Jili. Who will take care of the tavern by then?
这酒坊主人隔些日子就换来换去，要不是你来了，完全是个烂摊子。
The tavern has never had a reliable owner before you. It would have still been run down if you hadn't taken over it. Ah, interesting.
曲娘为人正直，识大体，有仁善之心。这样的心性，无论做酒坊主人还是做执礼，都应付得来。
Ha, interesting. Jiu Niangzi is a kind and warm-hearted. Such a girl of integrity can perform well in both running a tavern and being a Jili.
评价这样高，不是偏心，就是确有其事。
You have high regard for her, Li Jing. Are you telling the truth or showing partiality?
自然是确有其事。几个时辰前，他在致辞的一番话，仍使我记忆犹新。
The truth, of course. What she said in the Zichi a few hours ago is still vivid in my mind.
学无止境，大抵如此。
I once again realized that it's never too late to learn.
没有你说的那样好，李正。
No, I'm not as good as you say.
什么话？
What did she say?
什么绝技易，无形地难，道与之貌，天与之行，无以好恶内伤其身，受到年来的引诱。
Things like, one can remove the footsteps, but not the path one walketh on. Act not against the nature of thy flesh, for through it all things were made. She made it sound easy. The crowd erupts in a series of alarmed cries. Really?
自然，
Oops.
曲娘即使不识字，也一直在摸索着修习，对典籍名句亦有自己的理解。
Absolutely. She is indeed illiterate, but she keeps learning and interprets the classic sayings in her own way.
当时若有旁的书生在，也一定会为他的话语所撼动，挑不出错出来。只可惜，当时他面对的是妖，而非人。
Even if there were other scholars, they would be convinced by her powerful speech. Sadly, the one she confronted was not a human, but a Yao. Right.
在致辞
Also,
面
again,
对妖，
very...
莫非曲娘与那羽人对峙了？
Pardon, I'm not trying to interrupt them. But yeah, very neat again once Bessmert and Yenisei are not present that all of them just speak their native tongue. Confronted a Yao in the Jichi? Was that the Featherman?
他以为那羽人是祥瑞，所以问了些问题。
She thought the Featherman was Jiang Rui and asked him some questions.
你竟然还问他话，你就不怕他将你也变成有斑纹的怪马吗？
No, he won't. You actually asked him questions. He could have turned you into another striped horse.
我当时想不了那么多，我第一次见到形貌那么像画上祥瑞的妖，所以就
I didn't think of that back then. This is the first time I've ever been so close to a Yao. He looks so similar to the ones in the books, so I...
曲娘，
Oh, Xiao is here.
曲娘，曲娘在何处？
Where are you? The rapid sound of footsteps approaches and their leader's figure steps into the tavern in several broad and forceful steps. The abrupt sounds severs the excitement in the courtyard.
什么？怎么了？
What happened?
这是
What is?
曲娘在何处？
Where is Jiu Niangzi?
这儿，我在这儿。
Here, I'm
这是
here.
怎么了？
What's happening?
那两个胡人原来与葛天早有勾结，他们助葛天越狱，现已用神秘术躲进了郊外。
Turns out the foreign ladies have been in league with Getian the whole time. They helped him break out of jail and hid themselves in the wild with their arcane skills.
假使不久还要落雨，河边探险，他们不在外面久留，一定会过来找你。
I'm sure it will rain again soon and it will be dangerous to stay in the wild. By then, they will come to you.
因为你正是那羽人的目标。
Because you are the Featherman's target. In the courtyard, the crowd's gaze follows Fatao closely, while Fatao's own eyes are fixed on Jiu Niangzi. They realize now that some word of resistance is on her tongue.
曲娘，你
What? Jiu Niangzi? You?
你须得离开这里，不可留在酒坊。
You must leave here. You can't stay in the tavern.
酒坊，酒坊是我的酒坊，我为什么要离开这里？
But it's my tavern. Why am I leaving my own place?
你现在处于危险之中，为了保证你的安全，须得随巡防兵移步官府。既然葛天能够越狱，只此亦不可靠。
You are in danger. Since Getian was able to break out of jail, he'll for sure be able to break into the Jichi. For your safety, I will have my soldiers escort you to the government office.
我们只剩下官府一个选择。
That's the only safe place now.
不，我不能走。他既不是祥瑞，也不是什么大妖。
No, I'm not leaving. He's neither a Xiangrui nor a strong Yao.
我们不用怕他呀。
Why are we afraid of him? Oh, and there he is. The sound of wings cutting through the air overlaps the end of Jiu Niangzi's question. The new arrival spreads his wings, like a dark cloud blanketing the courtyard's colorful decorations and dazzling lights. Watch out!
的确如此。
She's right.
因为你们更需要惧怕的是酿酒的这娘子。
You need not fear me. This lady owner of the tavern is the biggest concern here.
列队
Formation 1! The well-trained guards surround the tavern, and the sound of running, trampling feet echoes through the courtyard.
我就知道你会来找他。
I knew you would come for her.
你的同伙呢？
Where are
他们
you?
让你来打前锋。
Where are your accomplices? Are you the vanguard of the team?
曲娘，你现在悔改仍有机会，
Jiu Niangzi, it's not too late for you to stop.
不要再将人变为路鼠了。失踪者已是太多。
No more turning people into a lushu. Too many have gone missing because of you. This information, unknown present, hits like a stone cast into water. Questions and whispers begin to circulate through the crowd like ripples in a pond.
人变成路鼠？哎，通缉令上不是说失踪者变成的是斑纹怪马吗？
Turn people into lushu? But the wanted poster says those are striped horses.
究竟在说什么？
What is he talking about? Jiu Niangzi looks up into the air and stares straight at the looming figure of Getian above her.
你在说什么？
What are you talking about?
你根本不了解路鼠，而且失踪者和我有什么关系？
You know nothing about lushus. Besides, what do I have to do with missing people? Is she actually not realizing that she's doing that? I did theorize about the fact that she might not even realize that she's doing what she's doing.
曲娘，他在胡说，是不是？
He's talking nonsense, right, Jiu Niangzi?
不必与他多说，
Save the talk.
先捉住他。
Catch him first. Oh boy, battle, right? Oh no, never mind. Right, no battle. I forgot. Never mind. Oh no, never mind. It is battle. It is battle time. Oh, Getian, again! The elusive featherman, he's an expert on bones, birds, and the tree of longevity. But that's about all he knows. Yeah, right. Okay, same thing. Yeah. Well?
Field check complete. Move carefully.
Oh, this time he's battle ready. Last time he was just perched. Okay, buddy.
Perfectly understood.
This will probably be very quick.
Keep calm.
Oh, maybe not. Yes, health.
My responsibility.
Well, not as much anymore. Very pretty. Well,
小苗 please stay back. 小苗
sorry, buddy.
please be careful. You won't get away.
Sorry, buddy.
Finally, it's just you and me, Master.
Nice. Alrighty. Next one is an actual bigger. Oh, what the shit? Stuff is about to happen. Oh, it's these things. I did fight these things before in oh god, in a couple of encounters, like yeah, in a couple of places. I can't remember the names from them right now from the top of my head, but I did fight these things. A wish come true. It is regrettable that such events occur in our time. Alright then. The uninvited guest is not willing to attack, even in his own defense. So a one-sided battle ensues. It is only natural that the side resigned to only evading will eventually lose. Yeah, yeah, if you don't counterattack and you're just dodging, eventually you'll run out of steam.
Surrender and dispel your arcane skill. Turn the victims back to who they were.
Alright, we're back to English. At this moment, Bessmert and Yenisei rush to the edge of the encirclement. The communication arcane skill that Getian cast on them earlier is quietly translating the words for people. Nice little detail there, actually. Yeah, the moment they approach closer, everything gets translated immediately.
We will put an end to it before the Shuori.
But I don't possess the power to transform people from one shape to another, and thus cannot turn them back. You're asking the wrong one.
Getian struggles to hold on and rests on the eaves, still looking directly at Jiu Niangzi with some hidden meaning. But Jiu Niangzi shows no hint of understanding, simply looking back with a placid anger. Her look is so forceful that it is almost a glare.
Why do you have to blame this on me? I've never met those missing people, and I have no idea what you're talking about. Is this because... Did you have a grudge against me or something?
Is she really not realizing that she's using an arcane skill?
Nothing of that sort. I'm here only to prevent an unwanted escalation. I could have just walked away, and there's nothing you can do. I could have gone to other mountains, and life would have continued as it has always been. But for those who have been turned into half-lushus, no one can get them out of this trouble.
How are we getting Yenisei back then? Jiu Niangzi stands stunned before him. After a moment, she struggles out an accusatory remark, but her voice trembles slightly.
Been turned into half-lushus? Are you saying that the animals in my backyard and those in the jitsu, are they all the missing people?
Yes.
But I thought they were just lushus. The first time I saw them, it was clear that we were alike. We're just some half-divine beasts.
The crowd is thrown into a commotion. She turns a deaf ear to them and once again stares blankly at Getian.
So they must not be humans. I've done nothing to transform them. I'm just taking good care of them so that they can tell me where they're from, and if they can, take me home.
Okay. Right. I think I'm getting a better picture here now. Right. She just wants to go home. Her trembling words usher in a silence. Getian, who knows she has already begun to waver, can only sigh. It seems he is starting to see the whole picture for what it is.
The Niuyang mountain shelters the beasts. The beasts have white heads, red tails, the bodies of horses, and the markings of tigers. When they neigh, the sound becomes music. The name is Lushu. The striped horses you keep in the yard are half-lushus. They look like what's told in the tales, and they cry like humming songs in the moonlight. And the wooden dolls infuse your arcane skill, the shape of will, into the liquor, which turns people into lushus or half-lushu. As for the dolls, they were once soaked in the water of Peiling River. Were they not?
Ah.
The stream runs through the backyard. No way. They went there just for fun or a bath. They should not.
Beyond the encirclement formed by patrolling troops, Bessmert judges the course of events through the sound of people's voices. Jiu Niangzi falls silent. The seeds of suspicion have been planted, and it is now time for witnesses to take the stand. Oh boy. Hidden in the crowd, Yenisei crashes into the soldiers on both sides of her. Sharp swords and spears brush over her Lushu skin, but she seems completely unfazed, charging straight toward the direction of the water jar.
What? Who let it in? Catch it!
The water leaking from the jar creates puddles in the crevices of the courtyard. Although it isn't much, it is still enough to buy some time.
Wait!
It's you!
Yes, it is, you dingus. Li Jing immediately looks up at Getian, as though wishing to catch a glimpse of the arcane skill cast from his still figure, only to find nothing there.
The markings of a tiger and a red mane. Exactly what the Featherman said. But its reflection is a woman?
A gasp sounds out from the crowd.
Oh my, the reflection. Is that the foreign lady from the street earlier?
Yep. Jiu Niangzi also casts a bewildered gaze toward Yenisei.
You are a Lushu. You're a real Lushu now. This is what a Lushu should be. But why are you still here?
I don't see what you mean, Miss Jiu Niangzi.
Oh, you're hurt. And you shouldn't be here. It's not right.
She lightly taps the pool of water with her hand, as if soothing the invisible reflection of herself.
I thought you were able to recognize your teammates and had already left here.
Wait, what? I get it.
Oh. Even Yenisei's reflection in the water ripples in response to this sudden realization.
Jiu Niangzi, you turned me into a Lushu because you thought that would help me find my teammates, didn't you? Last night, you said you would help me, so this is how you...
Oh, okay. So this was a full-on intentional, let me transform you, that way you can recognize them.
But I was not asking for help. I was only being emotional, or pouring out my troubles. Anyway, I was not asking for anything from you. From the talk, I could feel the sincerity from the bottom of your heart. It was too real to be fake. I understand you were trying to help, and that was enough.
But I don't understand. The Taoist said, the one who can protect and benefit the people shall be a Xiangrui. If you can, but you don't, that would be wrong. I've done a terrible job. I'm not that majestic, nor do I look like any Xiangruis in the book. I can't even turn into a real Lushu. How is that enough?
Oh. She shakes her head and takes 2 steps back until she can retreat no longer and collides with a motionless patrol guard.
Jiu Niangzi, I think you need to tell us everything.
Li Zheng, who has been standing nearby, now speaks, his tone intensifying as he goes on.
Have you ever transformed people into Lushus?
Jiu Niangzi turns her head, only to find that everyone's gaze has now shifted toward her, needling her with probing eyes.
Answer us!
I swear that I was trying to help. To help everyone get what they want. Just like the former Zhili. She wanted to go back to her hometown, so I offered her a drink and sent her back.
Oh god!
Jiu Niangzi, do you understand what you are saying?
I understand every word I say.
Her reaction says more than any confession. Every sentence is a declaration, every sentence is an interrogation.
Jiu Niangzi, what have you done?
You should have asked this a lot earlier.
And you should have been a bit more clearer, but anyway.
What did you do to the Zhili?
Oh? With Li Zheng, who had always trusted her, turning on her in anger, Jiu Niangzi's reaction is to grab her own arm tightly, as if for protection. She wants to step back again to keep herself away from the intense emotion, but there is nowhere left for her to go. All she can do now is answer.
She came to my tavern and complained that you didn't understand her at all, and that she was considering going back to her hometown, but it seemed far away from Pei City. She looked sad and tired and didn't know what to do.
So you...
I must grant her wish, mustn't I? The Taoist said a Lushu can easily go 1,000 miles within a day. If they start running, go faster, that will be over 10,000 miles. If that's how I can help her, I should definitely do that.
Yeah. So yeah, her intentions weren't bad in any of the cases, but that was not the solution.
You.
Jiu Niangzi lowers her eyes, trying to find more suitable words for her confession, but in the end, only a knot of confused sadness fills her throat.
Just like now. If the Peiling River dries out, you have nowhere to go. Just turn into Lushus, and then you won't suffer. Lushus can go anywhere they want. To the north, to the south, wherever they want. I can grant your wish differently, even if I can't recover the river from drought. I was thinking going away freely might be a good choice. But in the end, what I'm doing is wrong?
For a moment, almost everyone is at a loss for how to deal with this revelation. Every sentence seems to them to be absurdly wrong, but the tone with which she speaks is completely sincere. Yet no matter what explanation she might offer, it only reveals that the true culprit of the disappearances was in fact Jiu Niangzi herself.
Jiu Niangzi, you...
No one familiar with Jiu Niangzi anticipated this moment, that on the eve of the festival, a time of joy and reunion, they had to come to grips with a colossal disaster caused by such a simple act of childishness.
But if not by doing this, then what else can I do?
Just listen to them? You are a tavern keeper. This matter is too chilling and heartbreaking for an early spring night. Yenisei, who has remained silent for a long time, takes a step forward.
Jiu Niangzi, remember what you said to me last night? Liquor has many different names, but they're still liquor. You can put on many different clothes, but you will still be the same Jiu Niangzi. Likewise, whether you turn me into a horse, a donkey, or a lushu, I will still be the same Yenisei. You don't have to force yourself to become the people's Zhangrei. I think it's only an unreachable symbol. What matters is that the Jiu Niangzi I know would do whatever she could to help others. That's just what the Zhangrei does, as far as I know. Even though some results turned out to be not so satisfying, your sincerity is as valuable as the Zhangrei itself. So now, you just need to turn us all back.
Yes, so turn back. Where no path lies before you, it's never too late to return.
True. Seeing Li Zheng, who has been silent for a while now, nodding, Jiu Niangzi's worried expression begins to stifle a few beams of hope.
I will do my best.
Jiu Niangzi turns around and whistles. Immediately after, the sound of wooden footsteps follows and gradually echoes around the courtyard. They circle in and silently jump around her.
Alright,
Uh-oh.
you can talk now. It's okay.
They trapped you! We save you!
What?
Uh-oh, they're going berserk!
These handicrafts are able to talk. How could you be manipulated by them, Jiu Niangzi?
Save you!
No, you're getting it wrong. Don't save me! Li Zheng, I'm not manipulated. They're just wood. Well, they're indeed my friends. No, that's not for now. They just talk like that. That's not what they mean.
The elder's patience teeters now on the verge of exhaustion, yet his responsibilities force him to stay calm and wait patiently for the end of this farce.
This shall be the last time I put my trust in you. Ask them how to transform people back. But if you can't,
Jiu Niangzi knows that there can be no can't allowed at this juncture. She turns her head to look at the patrolmen surrounding the entire courtyard and the locals with their fearful faces. Finally, she shakes her head to clear her mind of any unnecessary emotions and focuses on just one thing.
You heard him. Now, please tell me how to turn them back into humans, will you? If it requires liquor, I'll get it for you.
Wait, no way. Once turned, no turning back. The white-haired Taoist, the yellow drawing on forehead. You forgot.
The Taoist? I didn't forget anything. And you... I see. You must be messing with me because I treated you badly this morning. This is your revenge, right? It's not the time for it. I really need you to...
No way.
No, there must be a way. I must be able to dispel my own craft.
Probably is a way, but at the end of her somewhat lackluster speech, her voice weakens to a whimper, an acknowledgement that there is no way out.
You must come to the jutsu with me, Jiu Niangzi. We'll see what we can do.
He signals to the patrol soldiers to come forward and take her away. At this moment, Jiu Niangzi no longer seems willing to cooperate and instead takes another step back.
I'm sorry, but I must fix it. I can fix it. This is all because of me. I need to...
She makes a ritual gesture, attempting one final desperate act of self-salvation.
I will think carefully. Think of what I did before. I can do it. I can do it without them.
Oh, this is gonna backfire. No, it hurts. Very writhing pain. Ooh. Ew, what does that sound? A dim light emanates from her forehead like moonlight over the silver stripes on the Lucius skin in the dead of night. Save you, we save you! Uh-oh. The sound of more wooden dolls leaping wildly rings out. They emerge from various corners of the courtyard, breaking through the encirclement of patrol soldiers and locals with unexpected force, heading straight toward Jiu Niangzi. The miniature wooden creations begin to grow rapidly in a twisted transformation before Jiu Niangzi, who is now overwhelmed by a sudden burst of pain. They shift from a human form into strange, enormous beasts. To this point, everything has proceeded almost exactly like the prophecy. Oh boy. Oh, this one is synced. Okay. Oh, this is what these are, huh? Beast of Niu Yang Yang. And Beast of Niu Yang Yin. Okay, the Yang, a creation resembling a mythical beast. Through countless years in the glow of firelight and cooking smoke, they finally caught the spark and built its temple. World ignition. Fiery footfalls, unquenchable inferno. And the Yin, a creation resembling a mythical beast. For countless years, the beasts dwelling among the peaks and rain have been blessed with grace, and have in turn nurtured its domain. Thunderous skies, coming storm, bolt and thunder. Alright. Okay, that's fine. Oh, well then. Oh, cool. Two of you.
Darling, shall we attend to first?
Two of you. Nice. Oh, okay. Because I'm not really familiar with your skills. Let me quickly see how you... Oh. Didn't even notice the on top, sorry. Save you.
Why is it hurting so much? The Taoist has never told me. The Taoist has never told me. My head. Can I gouge this drawing out and give it back to him?
Ooh.
No, don't. I am fine. I'm sorry. So please don't. No. What's happening?
Oh, did the little like drawing that she has on her forehead been drawn by a Taoist? Is that what she's meaning by that?
People? Where are you? Why are the lights out? I can't see anything. I can't feel my hands or my body. What on earth is happening?
Okay, she is not in control. Blazing Flames. All characters gain damage bonus plus 10% at the start of the round. Inflict 1 stack of heat burn on enemies. Alright, so first off, why is you ladle? Self-channel, gain 3 stacks of liquor and 1 stack of cheers. Enters tipsy for 1 round. Okay. That's a channeling buff. What else here is yours? Is that your? No, this is also hers. Bottoms up. 1 target attack deals 160% reality damage while in liquor status. Randomly consumes 1 to 3 stacks of liquor for a follow-up attack. Alright, yeah, she has follow-up attacks. Deals reality damage 60% for each stack of liquor consumed. Chance to consume 1, 2, 3 liquor, 20, 40, 40. Okay. Interesting. Well.
Another jar?
Okay, when that goes up, that cannot be used, or tipsy, maybe? I don't know. Let me try. You and you.
Please stay behind me. Let's get it over quick.
Yeah, it falls through. Okay.
Me, Master. Be careful.
Ooh, you guys have health.
My responsibility.
The crimson red manifests fire, and the sign stands for wind and thunder. The latter does not belong to the 5 elements, so it is our chance to break the ritual.
Sir, if you notice anything, please instruct us.
The southeast will be the weak spot of the cyan-colored wooden creature.
The southeast will be the weak spot of the cyan-colored wooden creature, okay?
What southeast? Please make it clearer to us. We're running out of time.
Facing the south and seeing the moon rise to the southeast, one may find the position of Kaku. I see the fire appears along, so the ritual has a flaw. Move with me. Is this? Careful. It is performing some kind of ritual, but we are getting too close. I need a full view of it.
What are you doing? You can't just...
I sense danger. Jiu Niangzi, stop the dolls immediately if you still have senses.
I can't. What? Stop whom, you said? My wooden dolls will never hurt anyone. Just like me.
Maybe not intentionally, but to protect you, they will. Alright, let's do that again. First off, throw that out. Throw it back in.
Lend me your power. Perfectly understood. Please stay behind me. Rivers are the scars of the earth. Awaken. Stay back, I say.
Nice.
My responsibility.
So many follow-up attacks.
It's wrong.
Ow.
This isn't over yet.
Alrighty. Let's take this. Right, what was your attack again? Alright, this increases the damage dealt to it.
That's the direction.
Okay. Take that. Take that. Sure. Let's buff your one. Take that up.
Really made this year.
Rebuff yourself. And ult.
Ice blood.
Damn. Nice. Owie? Ow.
强梁既出，王有不为。
One mythical beast against another. Alright. And why not throw in another one? Jesus Christ. Oh my god! Oh god! I didn't think holy shit! I did not think it's gonna get so... Okay. Absolutely delete it.
Sorry. I'm sorry. Mommy, I'm sorry.
Oh. I feel bad. I will not lie, I feel bad about this. Okay, well, time for the mercy shot? I don't know. I don't freaking know. Let's just go.
Please stay behind me.
Let's just finish this.
Please
Sure. Heal her.
Please, allow me.
You won't get away.
Good god. Oh, and she's back. Oh, oh.
Are they? I heard no noise.
Oh, the dolls are broken. Oh, she's crying.
They aren't. No more dolls or rituals. It's over. But Jiu Niangzi.
Oh.
Wake up, Jiu Niangzi.
I heard something. They didn't say goodbye and they left me, right? Yeah, right. Like always.
Oh.
Case closed. I'll be sure to write a report and put it on your table.
Sure. Oh, the poor baby. Jiu Niangzi sits slumped in the debris of the wooden dolls smashed through everyone's joint efforts. The pain fading from her face leaves only a desperate look of despair. She holds the fragments of wood, helpless, as though she were that weak and panicked girl in the bustling marketplace once more.
Seems what they said is true. I can't do it. I just want everything to be back to normal. Is that too much?
There should have been ways to undo it. But now, even I am confounded. Your pain is real. Then...
Bessmert says nothing. Beside the broken water jar, Yenisei looks toward Bessmert, who seems to feel something and gently breaks free from the stupefied patrol soldiers. This static courtyard is like a frozen scene, and Bessmert is the only actor walking freely on stage. Not being able to see the danger gives her an unworldly calm.
You said you can't do it. Not that you don't want to, right? The arcane skill with conditions cannot be taken back once it is cast. Just like the irretrievable curses and vows in Siberian shamanism.
Siberian shamanism?
Markings on this girl's skull, like an unknown seal. I've been speculating about what caused the limitation of her power. This may be the reason why she's in pain. A seal powerful enough to change one's marking on the bones is not to be easily broken.
So the seal that Tao has placed on her is kinda stifling her arcane abilities, so she can't really turn people back because of it.
Skull?
Jiu Niangzi raises her hand and touches her forehead. The yellow drawing upon it should have been swept away by this sudden movement, forming a colorful mark or something else, but it doesn't.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Her exploration bearing no fruit, Jiu Niangzi barely withdraws her hand and gives up her investigation.
I can't. I can turn them into lushus, but not the opposite way. Maybe I can't be a Xiangrui at all. I'm not qualified.
At this point, the story has entered an unsolvable impasse. What if you were the Xiangrui the entire time, but for some reason your powers are sealed?
Alright. There's one more question that seems to be overlooked by us all. How many people have drunk Jiu Niangzi's liquor? in the merry festival spirit.
Mm-hmm. Yup. Yep. That is a good question. A lot of people were getting very drunk tonight at her tavern. Oh god. Alright, let's continue this. Farewell to the past. Clasp your hands, bow your head, and become a figure gazed upon. Also, very interesting. So this was technically the big boss battle of the chapter, right? At least I'm willing to believe that, considering it was the synchronized battle and everything. But this thing has 23 nodes. What are the three last nodes gonna be about then? Huh? Like, it feels like there's still so much left. This is only stage 20 right now. When the voice of this outsider fades, the fated hour also arrives. Those among the crowd who drank the liquor undergo a transformation amidst chaotic screams as each and every one of them becomes a Lushu. Oh god. Oh no. As Jiu Niangzi watches this irreversible scene, she's unaware that tears are already flowing down her face. She has made no progress at all. Everything is no different now than it was a few years ago, when she was even more reckless and naive.
道士告诉我，我的母亲是从古至今第9只鹿属。
Oh. The Taoist told me that my mother was the 9th Lushu from the very beginning of time.
似乎很伟大，却也很遥远。
Great, though distant.
毕竟，除了她离开时从人变回妖模样的那瞬间之外。
After all, except for the moment she turned from a human into a Yao when she was leaving.
我不太记得她。
Ooh, baby. Oh no. I don't quite remember her.
你母亲是庇护一方的祥瑞。
Oh, the Taoist was female? Okay. Your mother was the Xiangrui, the people's guardian. Oh.
什么是祥瑞？
Oh, that's... Okay, I immediately see what her obsession is here. With the Xiangrui. Okay. What is a Xiangrui?
生而有灵，选择造福一方，保护一方之名的大妖，就像你的母亲。
The spirit of auspiciousness, the great Yao who protects and benefits people, like your mother once did.
但祥瑞不应有私情，因着私情，他为你而陨落，你须得记住。
Oh. Wow. That is a great thing to say to a child. Good job, Taoist. But a Xiangrui is not supposed to have any personal feelings. She fell because of you, because of the personal feeling. Remember that.
私情又是什么？
What is a personal feeling?
他不应有的东西，你也不需要了解。
It's something she shouldn't have had, for you either.
但他没能走下去的路，
But you
你却
should
应当继续走。
but you should keep to the path she left.
什么路？
What path?
是这样的泥土路，还是像那些房子外面的石板路？
Is it like the dirt path we're walking on, or the stone path around the house?
都不是，
Neither.
留在城里，成为他们的庇护者，成为祥瑞。
Stay in the city, be their guardian, be a Xiangrui.
终有一日，你会知晓。
Oh. You shall understand when the day comes.
道士带走我，却又离开我。
I will not lie, whatever the ornament on the Taoist's head is, the first thought that came to my mind is that is a Moogle. That is a Final Fantasy Moogle with a cape. Anyway. The Taoist brought me here and left me here.
曾是祥瑞的母亲也同样如此。于是我以为，分离是步入人间必须付出的代价。
That's exactly what my mother, the former Xiangrui, did to me as well. So I took departure as the price of leaving in the human world.
将我关入佩城前，道士也曾经允诺我。
Before I came into Pei City, the Taoist guaranteed me that
成为祥瑞，便能理解它，触及它。
Be a Xiangrui, and then you will understand her.
这话很诱人，于是我就留了下来。
How alluring was that? That's why I chose to stay here.
起初，我日夜不停地咀嚼这句话，却实在不知道应该怎么做。
At first, I couldn't stop thinking about what the Taoist said, but I had no idea how.
因为道士也从未指点我应该怎么做。
Because I was never taught how by anyone.
可我也没有其他的选择。
I didn't have any other choice, so
于是我开始从那些散落的话语，从不同的画册里，从不可触及的传奇中，试着拼凑起一个母亲，一个祥瑞。
So I started to recall my mother by piecing together the sacred words and descriptions from the books and legends, to recall what a Xiangrui is.
然后学着成为她，学着取代她。
I tried to be her, tried to replace her.
却也是为了再次见到她。
Just to meet her once again. Damn.
我想问问她，你是怎样想的呢？
If I got to meet her, I would ask her, what was on your mind?
若是知道我这祥瑞做得这样好，会不会有哪怕一点的后悔呢？后悔离开我，后悔将我一人留下。
If you could see me doing such a great job as a Xiangrui, would you feel even the slightest twinge of guilt for deserting me, for leaving me alone?
好吧。
Well,
现在看来，我其实从未真正理解过他，
looks like I've neither
也没
truly
有真正理解过祥瑞。
looks like I've neither truly understood her, nor a Xiangrui. Okay, for a second I thought this is where the cutscene ended. Alright. Huh. Oh boy, girl. You were just left in the world with powers you don't understand by people who would have maybe taught you about them a bit more. For that I'll say, those people, idiots. Between the two people standing in the courtyard walking in the silent rain, a decision is made.
曲娘，你难道真的要？
Also, I do not know what the significance is behind the whole thing of that a Xiangrui cannot have any kind of feelings, attached feelings or whatever the hell feelings, like what her mother displayed, obviously for her own child. Of all things, of course, she's gonna have feelings for her own child, but that's stupid. Please, that is stupid. And there's probably a meaning behind it. Probably to be impartial or something like that, but still, come on, it's her own child. You guys are idiots. Jiu Niangzi, are you really going to... As someone who has always been steadfast in his will, he rarely hesitates. He doesn't know which words to use to emphasize the danger of this matter to the person in front of him. Or rather, all words are powerless before her final choice. And so ultimately, he remains silent.
我知道，从来都没有人真的跳过去了。李正为了告诫我，还讲过许多故事，一些不适合用来告诫孩童的故事。
I'm guessing this is her promotional outfit? It's fine. I know there's no one who could jump over it. In order to stop me, Li Zheng even told me some stories, and they were not very suitable for children.
可我一定得去，因为只有这个方法了。
But I have to, because there is no other way.
只有问卜，
Only the divination.
而且，说日本就应该有问卜。
Well, you can't talk about Shuori without the divination, right?
谢谢你愿意放我走，甚至还替我取来了衣服。虽然直理不在，我都不知道怎么穿它才对。
Thank you for letting me go. You even brought me the clothes. But the Chili is not here. I'm not sure if I'm wearing it right. Well, I would say, you at least put the clothes on.
但没关系，新衣服始终是新衣服，不会因为我穿的不好就变了味道。
But it's okay. Even if it's wrong, it still looks new and colorful. She pats the hem of her skirt aimlessly, then folds the cuffs and finally folds back the silk drapes once more. When she cannot find anything else to fix, her farewell rises to the tip of her tongue.
谢谢，真的谢谢你。那我这就
Thank you very much. I
我走了。
I'm leaving then. Jiu Niangzi steps back and places her hands beneath her forehead, palm to back. She bows farewell to Fazao in the hallway and the Lu Shu turned from Li Jiang. A gesture of gratitude and an apology. She has never performed such a ritual before. This will be the first and last time.
也许我们会找到其他法子，你不必。
Perhaps we will find another way. You don't have to. He doesn't finish, because anything he wants to say would be untrue. An example of unwarranted comfort from a survivor toward their aggressor. And so Jiu Niangzi says nothing. She shakes her head as if she hadn't even heard his proposal, retreating into the rain, and then turns around and walks toward the outside of the Jiqi. Her footsteps have never been so relaxed before, with each step becoming faster and faster, almost evolving into a sprint towards the end. She runs toward the outside of the city, but not to escape. Alright. So she's going to the temple? Oh, there's the bridge! Broken bridge outside the city. I was wondering if they're gonna show the bridge. That is definitely a valley in between. The rain has not stopped since the previous night. Outside the city, Bessmert and Yenisei stand at the end of the broken bridge, gazing at the misty bank opposite to them. Getian is perched on the tree above their heads. He has been here all along, arriving earlier than the others.
Mr. Getian, we are left with only one option, which is to stand here and pray for her. Correct? Pray that the Ask and Acquire, or the divination, will answer us and give us what we want in a flash. But is it really possible?
He says nothing.
I think not. We should go.
Hey, his Bone One is back on his model now. Bessmert listens to the advancing footsteps around her, emanating from all those who are walking toward a broken bridge, still remembering the auspicious significance of this New Year's Day. At first, she tries to distinguish the voices that might be Fasao and the others, but as the rain grows heavier and louder, she finally gives up.
I heard today is a special day for the locals, known as Sui Jiao Chuan. Mr. Getian, what is Sui Jiao Chuan?
Bessmert holds her wet fringe to one side and tilts the oiled umbrella towards Yenisei. The Lushu silently approaches and leans against her tightly.
It comes from an ancient proverb. 百载难逢，岁朝春. It's the first day of a new year, and the first day of spring. 立春, the beginning of spring, corresponds to the lower trigram of Kan, in the direction of Gen. It is the season of life, a time when the weather is clear and the yang fills the air.
They are pleasing to the ears. but I don't know what to make of it when all these are put together.
Lichun is one of the 24 solar terms. It signifies the beginning of spring.
Okay.
岁招春 is how people would call it when the first day of the Du Shuo festival and the first day of spring happen to be the same day. It is a once-in-a-century good sign.
Indeed. It's also the first day of a new year. I like the coincidence.
Do you still find it equally pleasing if your teammates are not coming back?
Then I will take them home as they are now and see what I can do. I know the words are hidden behind your silence, but this is the best option for now. After all, as you just said, prayers are not enough to bring them back.
They could, for a time.
For a time?
But that's only what happened in the past. As you just said, good days only exist in our memories.
That was before the flood. The aftermath of that disaster lasted longer than I thought. I was so wrong to think it was over.
Huh. Bessmert looks up. A drop of rain falls right onto the fabric she uses to cover her eyes. Then more falls, and more, gradually wetting the entire weaved surface. She listens without intending any comment.
It all began with the unstoppable flood. At first, it was just a few unusual tides that no one noticed. Then, the flood came, followed by the destruction of the bridge.
Okay.
The temple on the mountain thus lost its connection to its pilgrims. The prayers were no longer answered. I do not understand what caused all these things. My people left the mountain to help with the situation, but they never came back. And now, even this river beneath us is gone, just like the Yuan Temple, forever lost in the fog.
Behind them, the city residents gradually approach and carve woods of divination onto the wooden sticks in their hands, just as they had in previous years. They are prepared for the fact that there may not be an answer to their questions, but they know nothing of the reason why. Bessmert feels the weight of the growing crowd. They gather and write in the rain, working tirelessly for a long time. Is it the eternal fate of humans and Arcanists to act upon desires they know cannot be realized?
It's useless. The god won't hear us, nor will it see us.
Please know that I don't mean to offend you with this question.
Please.
Can't you take those people to the other end of the bridge?
I mean, that's a good question. Can you not, you can fly. Can you not just, fly over? Help maybe with bridge repairs?
If the condition of the divination is to go across the broken bridge.
Though we're both outsiders in this place, you are more naive than I am. One can only meet the condition by going over the bridge oneself, even if the price is their life.
Jesus.
You might think it's cruel, but what good would it do if people were easily given what they asked for, without paying a price?
Yeah.
Wouldn't it make other suffering a joke?
Back to the whole alchemy approach of equal exchange, right? Getian lowers his head to look at Bessmert and the quiet Yenisei beside him, thinking that they perhaps do not believe his words. He rarely needs to say so much to others in such a short space of time, but since he has already started, he might as well finish.
You don't believe me?
I'm trying to understand.
It's all the same. I can take you to the other side of the bridge. But you must not be disappointed if it ends up fruitless.
Pardon?
I can take you there.
Why? Why the change of mind?
Haven't I mentioned it before?
Mentioned what?
Your bones. Among all the others, you are the only one for whom I do not recognize the markings on your bones.
Oh. 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 I didn't even think about that if you could, you know, read her and see what's up with her. Considering her resemblance of certain other people. Huh. He cannot read her bones, or he doesn't recognize her bones. That is very interesting. That is very interesting, buddy. Now that's a loaded sentence. Huh. I wonder if they're gonna dig a bit more into this, because that is very interesting. You cannot just say that and then do nothing. Okay, another way out. Leap across the chasm and rediscover the lost unknown. Well, let's go over to the other side. It doesn't recognize the bones. Huh. This new discovery swiftly draws Bessmert's attention away from the broken bridge.
What is that supposed to mean?
Good question. Please, follow up.
Judging from the fact that you have unreadable bones, you are certainly neither a Yao nor a human. A Grumpkin?
A Grumpkin? No. Okay, no. Neither a Yao nor a human. I mean, you guys, now, obviously, me recording right now, I'm recording this as part 3 of the Notes on Shuori thing, so I have no input from part 2 of the comment section, so if something was said there, I don't know. But in part 2, at the beginning, I did read out that one comment with the what was it? The theory about Bessmert and the others being sisters of fate. So if she's like a higher being, that would make sense.
Oh, I'm also an Arcanist.
My instinct told me that I should flee to the end of the world the moment I saw you.
Holy shit! Every sentence he's saying right now about her is so loaded with shit. Oh my god, instinctively went like, nope, nah, run!
You did run away, along with my poor teammates, who were turned into Lushus.
No remark back.
I could not have imagined being around someone with unreadable bones.
Damn, he was so scared of her.
Turns out, it wasn't as strange as I thought it would be.
Yeah, she's very wholesome and cuddly.
Not much difference, you mean? Like the people here believe that there's no difference between humans and Arcanists, which makes me very surprised.
Based on the bones I've seen, they are different. It's just that.
Doesn't make a difference, right? We are the same when we desire something.
Huh. Bessmert turns her face toward where the people are moving. She holds her face as if firmly staring at something, despite her lack of sight.
I wasn't questioning you or the temple when I asked you about flying to the other side. I wasn't even questioning the strange condition of this arcane skill.
What do you mean?
I was running out of options, I guess. It was just some futile effort I made when I realized this was a dead end. But I have no idea how it got to this point.
Bessmert makes her decision. She lifts the oiled umbrella and sticks it between the branches above her head, walking out from beneath its cover, heading toward the people carving sticks in the rain. Yenisei does not stop either. She follows behind Bessmert, just as she has been doing since their departure.
Where are you going?
I have questions to ask.
Even if there are no answers?
Yes. I think it is the same for all these people. They keep asking, even though they hear no answers.
Bessmert walks forward, almost reaching the broken bridge, until Yenisei grabs her sleeve.
It's okay. I know what you're going to say.
Yenisei reveals her image in the rain. The surface of the water is lightly pattered by raindrops, and her face is rippled by their falling. Fortunately, her heart is no longer swaying like her reflection.
How are you going to do it? We don't have any wooden chips like that.
I will use my finger, mud, and water on the ground. You can ask too, whatever means you use.
What I want to know.
Bessmert crouches down and pokes her index finger into the soft mud, writing a few Cyrillic letters, then others, and then still more. By the time she finishes writing the entire question, the first letters have already been eaten by the heavy rain, like seawater washing away etchings on a beach.
Child, what's your question? Say it if you like.
I think I will write it down.
Yenisei doesn't believe that doing so will have any purpose, but she cannot refuse Bessmert. As she gazes at the face in the pool of water, she once again activates her arcane skill and asks the question that has been waiting in her heart. The red-haired girl suddenly disappears from the pool of water in front of her. Instead, a line of Cyrillic letters composed of warm-colored dots appear on the clear water surface. The girl looks at the water and realizes that the line of words doesn't even need to be fully legible. Rain pounds and waves rise. The water trembles with her question. Where is my water? The sudden emergence of more animal footsteps prevents Yenisei from becoming lost in deeper thought. The red-haired girl reappears in the water, her tone as unsparing as usual.
Are they still going to carry out the fortune walk?
Probably. Yenisei turns around. These animals, neither Lushu nor strapped horses, have left the city's unattended Jichi and coincidentally arrived here. They are stood there naked and tired, unadorned in any festive decorations. The ribbons and flowers Yenisei had seen on that first day in the bustling market have disappeared. Not suitable for the present situation, after all.
They are carrying wooden chips in their mouths.
Huh.
They're all here, right?
Yes. With the wooden chips. They are here for the divination. But the chips are empty.
They will have to ask in their minds.
What would you like me to do?
You can be their mouths, hands, and eyes.
Huh.
You can also do nothing. Just like the good sir waiting behind us.
Getian remains in the tree and thus sees everything. His wings have become damp and heavy from the rain, and the cloth on his head is soaked, pressing down heavily as if dragging him back down to the ground, back into the mud, back to the place where the world began. He doesn't move, silently taking stock of everything that happened under that tree.
I see. If they are here for the divination, I will help.
There are many puddles on the uneven ground. After a brief flicker of light, faces begin to appear in the water. Oh, she's making everybody appear in the water. They fade again one by one, forming in long or short sentences, though Yenisei cannot understand them. This is all she can do. She continues to look for a while, then forces herself to turn around and search for Bessmert.
Madam, after we go back,
Bessmert smiles, shakes her head gently, and halts the girl's words. Bessmert turns around, seeming to be facing Getian's direction, back to the city gates from which everyone came. She can sense a steady stream of energy flowing towards some destination.
You're wrong. It can hear us.
Huh. Getian is in the tree, shaking off his wings like a swallow, shaking off the reasons for making him feel so excessively damp. He knows that Bessmert must not be talking to him, as the blind Arcanist continues to work in vain. But then he is wrong yet again.
Who is that?
Uh-huh. Oh? What's happening? Something's loading. The sound everyone... Jesus. The sound everyone present can hear becomes louder and louder against the breaking silence. Accompanied now... Oh. Okay, gonna read that later. Oh! Oh, she's running. Time for a jump. Oh. Fly. Like a bird. Oh, pretty. Oh. Hey. Very pretty. She became the horsey. Alright. So I'm guessing she made it over? Okay, hold on. The sound everyone present can hear becomes louder and louder against the breaking silence, accompanied now by nothing but the patter of the rain, to the point where they all turn back in response. All they see is a red dress swiftly passing over them all. It is Jiu Niangzi. Okay. That's what I missed. Anyway, both those familiar and unfamiliar with her quickly realize her identity, despite the change. Why did she do it? Did she really jump over the broken bridge? What could possibly have happened to her after doing so? A myriad of questions hovers in the minds of the confounded witnesses. Oh! Oh! You're back!
It was her. The noise I heard. It was Jiu Niangzi, right? It was an unusual disturbance when she jumped over the bridge.
That was Jiu Niangzi?
Yep.
Mr. Liu, did you see that?
Yes, that's her. That's really her. High heaven, she did it. She jumped over.
And you're all back. In shock, someone hurriedly pokes their head toward the opposite bank of the broken bridge, but stops and withdraws at the cliff's edge. They are seeking a definitive answer, but fear the steepness and the height of the cliff. Naturally, they never imagined someone might cross it.
That's right. It's Jiu Niangzi. I saw her turn into a Lushu. Madam, she turned into a real Lushu. The people are back. And the river.
The river! The Pele River is rising!
Huh. Beneath the cliff no longer lies a canyon or a low river, but a constantly rising torrent.
Wait, I can talk! My body's... What's happening?
The people finally react. They look at each other excitedly, a red light illuminating their faces like the dazzling courtyard fires beneath the festival walkways, or the strip of light that appeared on the river before. Their divine wishes have been granted.
Wait, my body is back?
Yep. Yenisei almost leaps into the air to embrace Bessmert. Aww.
Jiu Niangzi, she jumped over the bridge. She jumped over, in the human form. She didn't fall. I'm not sure if I saw it clearly. I think for an instant, she turned into a real Lushu. Is this the power of the divination? The magic of Ask in the Choir? Oh wait, the people in the city have come back. So maybe...
Immediately in analysis mode, a voice now long unheard also sounds from beside them.
What the?
Hey, Krolik!
What's going on? Oh, my head hurts.
How's it going, you sourpuss? Been a while. In the crowd, all the companions they once had lost are now returned to them.
Oh dear. I had the strangest dream.
Croissant.
And Mr. Urian! Everyone! They are over there! Madam, let's go see them!
Without waiting for an answer, Yenisei waves from a distance and immediately runs toward them.
Here! We are here!
Bai Sai Nun Feng Sai Jiao Chun. It's indeed a rare occasion.
Alright. Happy end for the city and everybody else. Hopefully for Jiu as well. Yep, this is where the cutscene ends. Okay. Interesting. Very interesting. Oh wow, yeah. Didn't even notice this. Her leaping over. Okay. Ask and acquire. Oh, this is an interestingly named one. Okay. Birdman, everybody is here. The entire expedition. The entire crew is here. Well, last two notes. Let's see. Ask and acquire. And so the river flowed. Well, you guys found what you were looking for. Is you gonna come back? Hey! There's Minnie Mouse. Back to the storyteller. Previously, we were at...
说到祥瑞路数，人间历劫，幡然悔悟。
Lushu the Jiangrei came to the human world to go through the god's test, but she repented.
正是。且说那路数，衔草结环，除夜叩拜了先生开解之恩，自城中一别，独往断桥去也。
Oh, this is how they're telling the story? Exactly. She had been troubled by the repentance until the New Year's Eve. That night, her tutor straightened her out, and she was very grateful. After that, she bid him goodbye and went to the broken bridge alone.
须知今岁朔日一交春，端的是百年难遇，云中却狂雨乱坠，异象频生。
However, ladies and gentlemen, the Shuori this year happened to be the beginning of spring. Such a coincidence happens only once every 100 years. On this peculiar day, the thunderstorm was raging and all these strangest things happened.
即使那崖岸上是致人晕眩之雾气，崖下是去不可返之深渊。陆蜀身负了众人期望，决意越过这无人可争之断桥，为他所庇佑者，寻觅重启龟甲问卜之法。
The cliff was shrouded in confusing fog, and below was a bottomless abyss. No one had ever jumped over the bridge successfully. Yet the Lushu decided to make an attempt, for the sake of the people who believed in her. She was determined to retrieve the tortoise-shell divination.
你说错了，是木签，不是龟甲。
That's not it. She used the wooden chip, not the tortoise-shell.
这故事我们都听过好几遍了，这也讲错，您确实糊涂了。
You've told the story for many times and still getting it wrong. You have to admit you're not young anymore.
说故事，总有疏漏或在变。劳烦各位听过的，就当做是没听过一般，全且忘了吧。
Well, there is no such thing as a perfect story. Adaptations are always allowed, right? Please pretend you didn't hear me and forget about it. Yes, writer, thank you. Calm down. Thank you, writer of the story, but calm down. It's fine.
哎，这说书的怎么又开始了？原先我还记得他说不会再讲了，瞧他最后一场的坐堂票呢。
Give me a break. He's telling the story again. I thought he'd be done with it after the last time. I even bought a ticket.
原先？你这一觉睡的？原先是哪个原先？翻过年以前？
Last time? When? Last year? Did you sleep for a whole year?
堂后蓝衣公子之问，我可全数听说了。
I hear you, gentleman in blue.
耳朵真好使。
Now he's listening.
我这回来，就像你，可是这陆蜀传奇的一部分。
You know, you're part of the story, just like me.
我？什么意思啊
Me? What do you mean?
陆蜀月桥唤醒渊庙复生河流，佩林川恢复往日充盈，人们年节走动频繁，于是我便重拾就业了。
Listen and you'll know. So the Lushu jumped over the bridge, awakened the Yuan temple, and revived the Palin River. As a result, more and more people came to Pei City at festivals. So I start telling stories again.
至于你
As for you...
那陆蜀收了你的酒馆，将你变为他类。原是你自己卖酒时缺斤少两，坏了名声，却怪时节收成不良，营生不易。
This is an interesting way to turn some of this stuff around. The Lushu took over your tavern and turned you into her kind because you were an unscrupulous profiteer. You gave short weight to the people. That caused the decline of your business, yet you blamed it on the poor harvest.
这陆蜀可算是解了你的困境，替你经营酒坊，还令你好好睡上一觉。请来呀，坐享其成便是。
But I think the Lushu saved you from the plight. She ran the tavern for you, and you had a good sleep during that time. In a word, you did nothing good, but things ended up well for you.
我还有这样的美事儿
What? No way!
我也想睡一觉起来，就有人帮我写了策论。
I wanted to. If only somebody could finish my essay when I fall asleep.
小小年纪便习写策论，年少有为，年少有为啊！
Already writing a political essay at this age. You have a promising future, young man.
不过，还是早些回去洗洗睡了。明日里起来，温书要紧。
But I think you should go home now and get some sleep. You need to rest well so you can continue with your studies tomorrow.
听故事，可写不来策论，是不是？
After all, the essay matters much more than the story, right? Alright. Interesting ways to twist the narrative. That's how the narrative is gonna be told through through stories from now on. Amidst the festive hustle and bustle, a farewell brews in front of the city gates. This is the place from which people come and people go.
I have so many things to write about this time. Enough for me to write a travel note. What should I call it? Travel in the East? Journey to Pei City?
Notes on Shuori?
Neither of them sounds good. There are already too many travels and journeys. I think you are different from those authors, madam. So...
I don't know why. Because she said there are too many travels and journeys, I immediately thought of YouTube stuff and immediately thought about X reacts to X. Holy shit, reaction to X, reaction to X. Sorry. YouTube brain rot. Getian escorts the group to a spot near the city gate, where the road splits into two. On one side lies the road up the mountain, and on the other lies the road down. He slowly descends to the ground, standing still, stiff and slightly uncomfortable. The human companions of the two Arcanists retreat in caution and fear from the strange bird creature.
Indeed. Unlike others, the two of you have experienced it in its entirety.
Also, it just dawned on me, so far there was no explanation as to when and where this story in this Chinese city is taking place, and how did this expedition even end here? Outside of the fact that they were on an expedition, but somehow suddenly found themselves in what seems to be like a Chinese city from who knows how many hundreds of years ago.
What do you mean?
There was a beginning, and now here is an end. Forget not where you came from at the end. This is the entirety. Thus, happiness is found.
Well, you seem more happier now.
I'm sorry that I still don't understand your riddles.
That's no matter.
Sorry to interrupt you. Can we go? I really want to go home right away.
Ah, then we shall.
Please wait. There's one more thing.
Uh-huh.
Certainly. Please.
The questions you asked, have you had the answers?
I'm not sure.
What do you mean?
When Jiu Niangzi jumped over the bridge, Yenisei saw a pattern being formed where I wrote my question.
Oh?
We didn't understand it. It didn't bother us either. Perhaps because there was no answer to my question.
A question is asked, and a divination is made. What you saw might be a hexagram, not the interpretation of it.
A hexagram, huh?
Do you still remember what it looked like?
Yeah, I'm very curious. Please tell. Yenisei thinks for a moment and uses our rock hammer handle to draw crooked and twisted lines in the sand, with occasional breaks in the middle of them.
It changed a little, and ended up like this.
Oh god, what is it?
The hexagram of water and fire.
Ah.
I'd assume this belongs to an elderly person. What about yours?
Yenisei is stunned for a moment and draws a few more lines. By the end of it, her offering is already rather messy, so much so that she stretches out a section of it. Fortunately, Getian can still read it.
This is Shu, the hexagram of waiting, though I don't know what could be derived from it. The interpretation is simple. Above is water, the stranding dragon, advising patience. Below is uprightness, which means you will smooth away the obstacles.
Which means...
You will find your water. All you need to do is wait.
Yeah, hers is basically have patience and you will find it. Where was the other one? And use the Arcanist to draw crooked and twisted lines. The hexagram of water and fire. So this was for Bessmert, huh? The hexagram of water and fire. Fire in the water, why? Me no understand. Sorry.
Yes, thank you. I didn't know that.
I love her sass. She really is most of the time like a more not as stoic Sonetto, but it's in these moments where she just glares at someone and is pissed. But it's just like mwah, peak.
As for your hexagram, you have gone across the river. A decision has been made.
I see.
Turns out the divination doesn't help at all.
You never know.
It does, if you believe in it.
Okay.
No, I know what you mean. It is exactly how I expected it to be. Thank you, Mr. Getian.
No need.
And what about you? Have you learned your answer?
It told me to let things be. Since I have left the mountain, I should follow what's inside my mind.
Getian turns... This is a very similar picture again. Getian turns his head and points his wings toward the path up the mountain.
I remember that at the end of the Paling River, where the lanterns float, stands a great building. It might be real or illusional. I have seen it many times, yet I have never thought of going there.
Uh-huh. The two of them look into the direction pointed out by Getian, only seeing the jungle into which Jiu Niangzi disappeared, and nothing more.
There's nothing there.
I will go anyway.
Alright.
Then... what about Jiu Niangzi? She jumped over the bridge. Is she never coming back?
Oh, she'll be in the suitcase. Getian doesn't answer, he only shakes his head. All Yenisei can do is glance over to Getian filled with unspoken inquiries. Bessmert turns toward the distinct cliffs and jungle, standing without speaking for a long while. Until at last she breaks her silence.
Perhaps we will meet again. One day.
Interesting. Very interesting. Alright. Final one. We will meet again. Oh, back at home. Wow, this was a trip. Until we meet again in another time, in another place. Okay. Let's see. Oh? Right. The party journeys along the river for a long time, but the night never falls. Most of them are in a hurry to leave, the same desire as before, but now much stronger than ever before, more than enough to bring the long-awaited harmony of a common purpose to the team. And no one dares mention their experiences for the rest of the trip.
Let's make camp after we get out of the forest. What do you say?
Uh-huh.
I'm fine with it. How are you feeling, Mr. Jurian?
I'm fine with that.
A few still harbor a lingering curiosity, one they endured for a long time, and until unable to resist, they turn around to see if the ancient city of the mountainside is still in sight. But while this is not a story where those who look back might turn into pillars of salt, there remains no trace of the strange city that should have still been in view. Turn to pillars of salt? What is that a reference to? It sounds familiar, but I can't place it. And as they walk onward, the revived river known as the Paling 2 has changed its appearance. Uh-huh.
Madam, the river!
The once wide river, invisible, splits into slender tributaries behind them, spread out across the lush spring meadows like a rope net. Even if they wanted to find it, they might never distinguish the one that would lead them back.
What is it?
The compass is working!
Huh. Okay, so they really were in kind of like a time-space bubble. Or maybe just crossed a boundary that transported them back in time?
Great!
That's kind of interesting. Their fellow traveler excitedly raises his hands, briefly blocking Yenisei's gaze from Bessmert. The girl takes advantage of the situation and withdraws the words she cannot say. She only gently shakes her head.
Nothing. Let's move. The compass is working, which means we can rely on the map again.
Oh, that's good. As for the book I'm going to write...
Yes?
Have you decided the title?
Notes on Shuori?
Yes. I will call it Notes on Shuori.
Oh, how predictable.
Notes on Shuori.
Okay.
Yes, that's the title.
And now we're back to the beginning of, of the whole story. Okay. She flips over a page and continues reading.
The title is actually not a good choice for a book on geographical discoveries. On one hand, there is no doubt that Shuori is a difficult word for the target readers of this book.
Well, let them get educated.
On the other hand, the word notes, in most cases, is used to describe the collections of informal essays. They usually record the daily talks of professional writers, and thus include a variety of ideas and inspirations. As a geographer, however, I don't possess enough knowledge of literature to write the real notes, nor does the assistant who takes dictations from me, unfortunately. Even so, we have decided to use these words for the title. Postscript. The title has also been included in the first draft we sent to the editors of Motherland Documentary and the Department of Publication Review. The next page is missing. Let me see. Oh, found it. June 4. Sunny. I never knew the journey back to Omsk would take so long. My assistant and I set off from Yekaterinburg last year, and we didn't arrive until now.
Yekaterinburg? Good God, that's a tongue twister.
In Omsk, we met the governor again. I left him some drafts of this book in return for the help from the local Scientific Research Association. Those drafts have recorded the steppe ecosystem around the Om River in detail. For example, before we arrived in Omsk, we followed a herd of sheep across the river. The wool on their tails was apparently matted. I recorded this detail because the way they crossed the water was almost a miracle. It is known to all that sheep can be easily drowned because their thick wool holds them back in water. Yet, things seemed different for those sheep. They had been trained by the local herders and were able to cross the river swiftly, as if they were only several balls of cotton floating on the water.
As long as they're not pink and living on a volcano.
When they came to the shore, I noticed that their hooves were in the shape of a round cake, with one slice missing.
Miss Radio? Vertin?
They climbed out of the water with their little cake hooves, shook themselves dry, and continued on to the next pasture, never hesitant to go forward, never looking back. Seeing all these, I hope I would be as determined as these sheep in my future journey. Today's article was an extract from a geographic manuscript from St. Pavlov Foundation Far East Branch, recorded by Yenisei. Next is the news broadcast.
Uh-huh. Oh. Hi, Vertin. Vertin asleep. Wakey, wakey, eggs and bakey.
Miss Radio?
Yes, I'm here.
What time is it now?
It's 4:15 p.m.
The nap went on a little longer than I thought.
Yes. How are you feeling?
Think I had a dream. Many animals were jumping over a broken bridge.
I read you a story which has zebras and sheep in it.
Zebras and sheep? I don't remember that.
Oh?
Excuse me? Is Timekeeper in the room?
And here's the other pair. Speaking of Vertin and Sonetto, right?
I am.
May I come in? There is something I need to confirm with you.
I'm sorry. Who's that?
It's me, Sonetto.
I might have taken too long a nap. Never mind. Please, come in.
Very interesting. I'm very confused about that. Even if you took a long nap, how are you not recognizing Sonetto's voice? Unless you were so drifted away in this sleep that, that you were imagining someone else?
Timekeeper, you don't look very well. Are you alright?
Like, did she drift away in sleep so hard by listening to that story that she was like vividly experiencing the story like it was actually happening in front of her eyes, through the eyes of someone else? Wink.
It's okay. I had a weird dream.
Please tell.
What's going on?
Oh, it's a letter from the Foundation. A colleague from the Russian branch was transferred to the headquarters today. She has shown a strong willingness to perform long-term field missions.
Niangzi?
Thus, the headquarters intends to transfer her to the Timekeeper squad. Would you have a meeting with her? It is said that she is experienced in geographical exploration and survival in the wilderness. She could be a great helper.
Geographical exploration? What's her name?
Please hold on. Let me check her file here. And her name is... Niangzi.
Interesting. Okay. And that's how it connects back. Okay. Cool. After report? There is more? The after report has begun. Tap to challenge your favorite enemies once more. Relive old memories and reunite with old friends. These beasts seem much more aggressive than before. Prepare for new challenges against the enemy. Oh, I see. I see. The beast of Niangzi has level 5. The higher the level, the more score you receive after a successful challenge. The challenge for the next level will open after clearing the current level. The beast of Niangzi has different rules. Okay, blessing you receive. Yeah, okay. Accumulating claims to... okay. I see. For rewards... You can get a daily bonus after completing the challenge for the first time each day. These are the last couple of hours game. Thank you, though. The best daily score is added to the overall progress bar, therefore analyzing your enemy's weaknesses and adjusting arcane skills. Yeah, okay, more progress. Okay, cool. I'm gonna do that in a moment, I guess, when I round shit up. Hey, go away. But yeah. Interesting ending as well. Oh, the music changed. Oh, because of the challenge that I just clicked on, probably. But yeah, interesting end. However, final remarks on the story and stuff like that will be done by future me again. So bye everybody. You're now safe from past me. Oh my god, what was wrong with me there at the end? I am so sorry. I have no idea what that was. Maybe it's because I consumed the entire story in a 24-hour span? Don't answer that. Do not answer that. Sorry. But yeah, overall, like I said at the beginning of this episode in the intro, I really enjoyed the story. I like the characters, I like the developments. I don't think anything was too out there that I didn't grasp what it was. There's probably some stuff that obviously flew over my head because, you know, it's very Chinese themed and mythology and you know, history essentially. So probably there are some aspects that didn't really click in with me, but you guys can fill me in on that. I'm especially interested to hear now that we're done with at least the story. I haven't seen the character stories yet. Those will be the next two episodes in this Let's Play. But if you guys can fill me in on what the hell was the big thing that kind of split the community apart about liking or disliking this story, because for me everything was pretty crystal clear about the characters themselves, why they are the way they are, and what set them down this path of life, essentially. And I have a couple of theories that I also want to say about Bessmert. Bessmert and so on. But first off, the Jiu stuff was honestly very wholesome and very sad at the same time. Like, especially that ending, seeing her childhood self when you get to understand why she was so obsessed with the Xiangrei and I mean her mother being one essentially, and then whoever that monk, Taoist, whoever they were, that pretty much did nothing to properly convey anything to her, just left her to her own to her own devices there. Good job, whoever that was. Unless I'm misunderstanding something that was happening there, but from my perspective, it was just like, oh yeah, child, go and fend for yourself. Here's a couple of choice words that are gonna fly over your head because you're still young. Hasta la vista, baby. Like, what the hell? If that is, by the way, if that monk is someone who I maybe have heard about or met in the story so far, do remind me, by the way, because I feel like that person has some kind of significance, but I might be forgetting. But yeah, overall, I really enjoyed her story, her section in the story, that is, and seeing that ending and her child version and why she's so obsessed and why she thinks about the Xiangrei as something so important, why she's pursuing stories about them. Very heartbreaking and wholesome at the same time. And also explains why she was thinking that whatever she was doing, she was thinking at least that she was helping people, but in reality, obviously, she wasn't. Until the ending, when she actually did the thing and jumped over the bridge, and well, everything came up very nice for the town. But the only thing I have to say now is I obviously, again, didn't go through her story yet, and I haven't seen her file on the character. I will probably do that in the next episode. She's kind of approaching the 80% mark, so we're gonna include that probably together with her character story in the next part. But I hope somewhere it gets explained what happens to her next, after what happened at the end of the story with her, because that part kind of was left ambiguous, and I'm very curious to see if there is anything that explains it. But yeah, overall, I really liked her character, and I hope she finds happiness. That's all I can say. Oh, and I saw one of you brought up as well that the community sees her as a drunkard, essentially. I can see why. I can really see why, because of the first time I saw this character was, I think, in a random battle somewhere. I can't remember where. Yeah, I don't remember where from the top of my head. I saw her in a battle. Oh, wasn't it in the Spafodia thing that I was getting frustrated about or something at one point? Might have been, actually. But anyway, I remember fighting her as a boss and seeing a lot of her skills being like having this tipsy stuff and so on and so forth. I can really easily, I mean, seeing her now as a playable unit as well, because I have her right now, seeing all the tipsy and stuff on her and so on and so forth. I mean, you can easily kind of meme on the fact that she's a drunkard, but actually isn't, as revealed in the story and so on. But yeah, very funny. Very funny indeed. Now, Getian, obviously, again, missing the story that is here in the menu, but from the Notes on Shuori story at least, I mean, he grew up alone for a long time, but even when, and I think I said it during the story, if I remember from the top of my head right now, that, I mean, he can be isolated as much as he wants, and he can claim as much as he wants that he wants to be separated from people. When he was finally exposed back to being around people and other creatures, there is a sense of, I want companions. I cannot just leave right now. I want companions. I'm missing this, and it's a true thing. That's just how life is. Even if you like being separated from everybody, and you like to isolate yourself, just being around people, even for a brief moment of your week, of your day, of your life, it's a nice little thing, because your whole system just releases certain certain hormones that are very beneficial to yourself, and they only get released if you are around people, and everybody craves that, no matter what you're gonna claim. I myself am someone who enjoys being solo and stuff like that for the most part, but I also enjoy just hanging out with someone. Like the other day, was literally sitting with someone on a coffee and really enjoyed it. It was brief, but really enjoyed it. It was really good. But yeah, overall, our Birdman here needs to learn to verbalize what's on his mind and not just shut up and think like I have conveyed my thoughts. No, you did not, man. But yeah, again, just like with Jiu, seeing him interact with people and just showcasing from his actions that he cares and wants to protect them and keep them safe was just very wholesome. He's a good guy, and I'm looking forward to seeing what's gonna be in his story. And who the hell knows? Maybe randomly get him one day from some random pool on a banner. Will be very interesting. I haven't seen his skills actually, and how he does and what he even does. Maybe he's gonna be in his character story as a playable unit. That would be actually fun to see how he functions. Then we have Yanisei, and all I can say is I like her sass. I like her sass. I like that she also is like you guys said, like a parallel to Sonetto in her capacity and how she was towards Bessmert and so on. But as a character, I like her sass. I like that she is she is not pulling away from or backing off from punching someone in the face if she has to. She has bite, and I kind of like that. And yeah, if by the next episode or the episode afterwards I get her to 80%, considering I did actually, because of this story, I did actually promote her all the way to Inside 3, and I'm looking forward to read through her file to see what's in there. And I think one of you guys also said that it would be an interesting read to see her, I think it's the Pandora part specifically, that interview, what she says in there. But yeah, we'll do that in the upcoming episodes. Right, and now the big one, Bessmert. Whew. That was an interesting ending, alright. I mean, the character itself is already very interesting, but the ending was very interesting. Like, Vertin waking up from a dream, and it was kind of ambiguously left there that Vertin just experienced, like, legitimately experienced what was happening in Notes on Shuori in the main portion of the event, and waking up groggily and not knowing where she is, or even, I think, even who she is at that point, but it took like a couple of seconds to realize where and what. To be fair, happened to me a couple of times in life where I just went for like a nap, and then the nap turned into like a 3-4 hour sleep, and then suddenly jolting awake, looking at the clock, thinking it's like 7 AM in the morning, but in reality it's 7 PM in the evening. It didn't help that it was a couple of times also winter, which means it's dark. So you're confused. But yeah, very interesting thing. I do wonder what it could mean. Like, there's obviously some kind of connection. I mean, as also pointed out from you guys, Bessmert kinda mimics Vertin in a lot of senses, from her arcane ability to how she talks and does stuff, is also very, very Vertin-like. And yeah, I don't know. Plus the theory that was brought up, like the 3 Sisters of Fate, is also very interesting. Who knows? Vertin might be their child. Vertin might be part of the Sisters of Fate. Maybe there's more than 3. Who knows? Maybe Bessmert is Vertin, just from another time and space. Who the hell knows as well? Could be a lot of things. Could be a lot of things. What could be like theories that I point out? Like, I mean, I kind of already said it. Like, one could be like, maybe maybe she's the daughter of one of them. Maybe she's the daughter of Bessmert directly. Who knows? Maybe she's just another Fate sister that ooh, that could be wild because one of them kind of maybe disappears down the line. I mean, Marfa did get did get deleted essentially in a store. Maybe Fate already planned ahead and put Vertin into life to replace the one that gets lost. Could also be that every single one of them is just Vertin from another time and space. I'm not gonna even pretend that couldn't be the case. Like, every single one is just like Vertin, but Vertin from a different time and space and reality. And they're just doing something to observe Fate. But yeah, her name being what it is very interesting. I mean, Fate cannot be killed, essentially. Or rather, Fate is immortal. Fate itself, that is, if you believe in Fate. The way it's being always portrayed in both both reality and in stories. But yeah, very interesting. I don't know how to put it. The only two theories I can have about the ending there is that either Vertin just like very vividly experienced the story that was being told to her, or that that she was present or experienced it first, legit experienced it firsthand through the even though it's stupid to say through the eyes of Bessmert. Could also be. I don't know. I'm open to hear what the theories were from the community, of course, as long as the theories are not gonna be super spoilery for something that's gonna be coming down the line, of course. So do keep that in mind. there is still a lot of the main story that I did not see at this point, and currently with this patch, we have another portion of the main story that will be a bit longer benched. But if they're continuing with the updates the way they are, the 2.0 story is gonna be soon, hopefully. And once that becomes available again in game, that means I'm gonna be binging through a lot of main story. I'm looking forward to it. But yeah, anyway, very quickly, considering that the Farewell Rayashki story is gonna be part of the event in like 20-ish days from now when this video goes live, I'm obviously gonna be doing that one as it's gonna be in the rerun menu. In the meantime, for the next 2 episodes, it's gonna be the 2 stories for the characters from this story. Probably gonna do an episode on a series of Dusks, because that one also got a new ending, which I'm super curious about to see what the hell is gonna be happening in that ending. And if there's gonna be time before Rayashki comes into the game, I am probably also gonna do one anecdote. Which one it's gonna be, I don't know yet, but we'll see. We'll see when we get to that. Might even be the anecdote that's gonna be part of this event. Who knows? On that note, do tell me if the anecdote that is part of this event is kinda standalone or spoilery. I haven't even looked at who it is, to be fair. But yeah, you guys can tell me if it's gonna be fine to do it on its own, or if it's part of the main story. If it's part of the main story, I'm gonna obviously ignore it and just unlock it to get the rewards from it. But yeah, that's notes on Shuori. So before we head out, time to do some pulls. Right, Recoleta. I am curious how this is gonna go, cause on the record on main banner pulls, the last one was Flutter Page. I do have, I believe, for Soft Pity, and we'll see what happens. I do not have for Hard Pity, so hopefully this game keeps on being nice. Probably won't. It can't keep going, right? Can't keep going. Okay. Funnily enough, all of the 5 stars on this banner are 5 stars that I have already, so this is gonna be a lot of dupes. Alright, that's the first one. Second one. Ah. Well, the universe is in balance. Okay, let's see. Third one. Okay then, more dupes. Very nice, especially for those two characters that I'm using. That's cool. Single 5 star. More from the banner. Okay, keep going, getting there. Wow. The universe is really in balance this time. Not gonna be repeating what I did for the last 2 banners. Oh, here we go. Here we go, moment of truth. Let's see. Nice.
Fabuloso. Now I have an experience even more noteworthy than spending 2 weeks hiding out in a university bathroom, being carried around in a suitcase.
What? Is she referring, and you can say that freely, I don't think that's a spoiler, but is she referring to Vertin's suitcase? Or is there something else? If there's something else, don't spoil. Anyway, character acquired. Nice. Okay then, I'm gonna be looking to hopefully build her. She does look interesting, at least from what I saw from her skills. At least she doesn't seem to be too complicated to figure out how she works. And she's a burst DPS, so interesting. But yeah, anyhow, with that, I would say this would be it for this episode. So yeah, once again, thank you guys very much. If you did like this episode, please consider leaving a like, it would help out a lot. If you're new to the channel, consider subscribing, and if you want to support me more directly, memberships are open. No video will be behind a membership, as I always say. Thank you very much to all the members already doing so and supporting, and yeah, hope you all have a fantastic day wherever you are, and I will see you in the next part. Until then, leave me comments and theories about stuff that was in the story, clarifications about stuff that I didn't miss, and of course, the stuff that split the community kind of on Notes on Shuori. I'm very curious about what the big thing is there. But yeah, thank you very much, and bye-bye.